Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I know it's been a minute since I've posted a video, and by a minute I mean months, maybe even a year, I'm not sure, sorry. Anyways, I figured I wanted to make a wrestling video for you, and I know that the Royal Rumble is coming up, so I have for you all my presentation on who I believe is the top 10 dark horse picks to win the Royal Rumble this year.
PowerPoint presentation! Yes!
Now, I have worked very hard on this presentation, and if you believe I have completely followed the rubric and I've given you a good presentation, please let me know in the comment section down below. So, for each pick, I'm going to go through the pros and cons, both of them being in the Royal Rumble, and also just of them winning the Royal Rumble. So let's get onto it with number 10, Austin Theory. Now, there is a few good reasons why Austin Theory should win the Royal Rumble. First off, he's friends with Johnny Gargano. This is really important because Johnny Gargano is very smart and really good at wrestling. And that means that it would be very easy for Austin Theory to use that expertise to win the Royal Rumble. Also, Vince McMahon really likes Austin Theory. He has him in his office every week. He gives him advice. It seems like Vince wants Austin Theory to do well, so having Vince in your corner can really be a benefit there. For cons, he's really young. Austin Theory's like, what, 15?
A child. No.
Him winning the Royal Rumble would be a big surprise and something that people his age have not done. Also, he is not trustworthy in factions, or he hasn't lasted in factions very long. If you look at Austin Theory's WWE career, he's been in 3 factions, all of which don't exist anymore, and I really think it shows how the negatives of Austin Theory. And then also Vince likes him. I put this as a con as well because people don't like Vince, and so I feel like if it's someone Vince likes, then people will want to eliminate him. And so now we go to number 9, Charlie Haas. So the first pro is obviously that Shelton Benjamin's probably going to be in the match, which is a huge plus considering their history as Team Angle, the world's greatest tag team. If the booking has showed anything in the last several years, is that nothing beats anything that was prevalent in 2003. And so I think Charlie Haas has a really good chance of having a great showing here in this match. Also, technically, he would be a Forbidden Door entrant because I guess he's an Impact, maybe. So that would be very cool, and I think the internet would like that. Also, he is from Dallas. This is a pro because WrestleMania is in Dallas this year. And so I think that's his home, so he's probably a pro, right? Cons, he has not had a singles accomplishment in WWE. The moments when he was a single star, he had the Sandow gimmick of being everyone else. So that's not good for Charlie. Also, at this point, Shelton Benjamin probably likes Cedric Alexander more than Charlie Haas. And also, Charlie Haas is easily throwable. He's got a small-ish frame that would make him easy to eliminate from the Royal Rumble. So, number 8, Madcap Moss. Now, I know what you're thinking. Madcap Moss is just Corbin's sidekick. How could he win the Royal Rumble? Well, let's talk about it. So, the first pro is that he is really funny, and I think that is not something that is taken for granted enough in the WWE, is that if you're funny, you're just better at wrestling. I believe that's legally how wrestling works. He's super likable. Obviously, he's very good friends with Corbin. He's really friendly. He tells jokes all the time. And I really don't think anyone would want to eliminate Madcap Moss at all. I mean, he's just too funny. I think he tells one knock-knock joke and he's charmed his way to the end. The cons is that I think he could be too funny and it could backfire. You know how like in Survivor, sometimes when someone's too likable, they vote them out because they'll win at the end? That's sort of how I feel about Madcap Moss in the Royal Rumble. He's just too funny and likable. He'd probably give the match to Corbin, and Corbin is okay, but I would rather Madcap Moss be the one to keep it. And then also, him winning the Royal Rumble would let him fully get away with his attack on Drew McIntyre that injured the neck of Drew McIntyre. And I think that should have legal consequences to it. So that's a big one, a big con for Madcap Moss. Going now to number 7, Johnny Knoxville. That's right, the Jackass star. Now there's some good pros and cons. Pros is that he has shown that he knows how the Rumble works by throwing Sami Zayn over the top rope. Also, he's really cool, and I think that helps you a lot in the Royal Rumble. Here's a clip of Kane in 2001. That's someone who's really cool. And also, honestly, Johnny Knoxville will cut off a foot to get around the rules of the Rumble to win the match. So I think he might just do that. Cons of this, Sami Zayn will be mad, and when Sami Zayn's mad, I'm mad and sad. I want Sami Zayn to be happy. And then also, he might be out of foot for WrestleMania, so he would be at a severe disadvantage in his match against either Roman or Lesnar. Number 6, Veer. That's right, Veer Mahan. Pros for Veer is that he is coming. I'm coming! This is good because nobody knows what Veer is going to bring besides maybe Jinder Mahal and Shanky. Veer has been very hidden, only really wrestling. I think he wrestled T-Bar on Main Event a few times. So people aren't really going to know what's up with Veer. The con, of course, is that he's coming. I'm coming! Veer is more inexperienced than everyone else, and he might not be able to do it, but he's coming. I'm coming! So, he's got to have a chance, right? I think he could win. We're at the midpoint now. Number 5 is Infinito. That's right, our favorite spinning boy. Pros for Infinito. Number 1, he's legally not Daniel Bryan. This means he can enter WWE because Daniel Bryan is obviously signed to AEW at the moment, so it'd be impossible. But Infinito is legally not Daniel Bryan, so he could enter it just fine. People in WWE are unfamiliar with Infinito. They don't know what he could do. And I think the biggest pro here is that Infinito can spin really, really fast. This is really important because in the Royal Rumble, you need to be able to spin probably faster than anyone else. And so Infinito's ability to spin very, very fast makes him a worthy target. A worthy target? No. A worthy winner for the Royal Rumble. Cons, he's only ever wrestled once, so just inexperience in general. Technically, he is Daniel Bryan, so he doesn't have a great history in Royal Rumble matches, if you remember. So that will be tough for him. And also, he will probably get dizzy after a while because he will be spinning so much. Number 4 is Cesaro. Now, I know what you're thinking. Cesaro isn't really a dark horse pick. Is he? I mean, he wrestled Seth Rollins last year, and let me explain. Cesaro has a very unique skill set that is going to allow him to do very, very well in this year's Royal Rumble. So his first pro is that Cesaro can spin really, really fast. If you've ever watched him he does the airplane spin and the swing. Both of them require him to spin very, very fast. He's made a career out of spinning. And he's shown, second pro, that he doesn't get dizzy, which is important because he's going to be spinning a lot to win the Royal Rumble. And also, he's won the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, so he knows how to win Battle Royals. Cons is that Infinito can also spin, which leads to a possible situation where they spin each other into oblivion and the match doesn't end. It's just sort of them spinning forever. And also his booking's not great right now. He hasn't really been seen in a dominant position on SmackDown recently, so it'd be hard to understand him winning the Royal Rumble. Number 3 is Vince McMahon himself. Look at him. He doesn't even spin. He's just Vince. Oh! That's right, he spins too. Now, Vince likes Austin Theory. This is important because, as I said, Austin Theory himself is a dark horse pick to win the Royal Rumble. So having this camaraderie between Theory and Vince could give Vince an easy shot to the end. Vince is also a former Royal Rumble winner himself, so he already knows what it takes to win the match. This is really important. That experience could come in handy very well. He also invented WrestleMania, so I don't think I have to say anything else about that. Cons, Vince McMahon is old, as much as he probably hates to admit it. He's getting up there in age. A con of his also is that he likes Austin Theory. Austin Theory, a lot of people don't like him that aren't Vince McMahon, so having that connection is not great. And also there's no egg involved, which means it's not going to be nearly as important as it should be, and should have no connection to The Rock at all. Number 2, Sami Zayn. Sorry, what? Oh, Sami Zayn. Yes. Sami Zayn, he's perfect. Look at him. He's got the best wrestling moves. His kicks are very good. He's got a nice jacket. I like his hair. He's really, really smart. He uses very big words. And they don't really treat him all that nicely, the people who run WWE. So I think he could use that to win. And I don't think there's any cons for Sami. And finally, the number 1 Dark Horse Royal Rumble pick. It's Cody Rhodes! Woohoo! My streamers fucking failed. The first pro is that it would be really, really funny. Because Cody Rhodes, like Haiti got Cody Rhodes as a meme right now, so him winning the Royal Rumble would be hilarious to me. He's a Rhodes, which means he's really good at wrestling and he knows how to wrestle. Also, he will do what Triple H couldn't do, and he will defeat Roman Reigns at WrestleMania, because that's how Cody's booked. He wins. Also, WWE would be unpredictable in a good way for the first time since the early 2000s, which would be very nice, because I like when that happens. Cons, I don't like Cody Rhodes that much. It's not like he's bad, I like other people more, and he's usually in the spots where those other people could be. And then also Micah would start watching WWE, which would leave me with nothing for myself, and I can't do that because I like having wrestling to myself sometimes. I like being able to tell people about the bad stuff in WWE. I mean, the WWE stuff. Anyway, that's my presentation. Thank you for watching. If you subscribe to my channel, you're legally skilled, so you should consider subscribing to my channel. Anyway, if you like rubric grade me, tell me if this is good. I'll do more if it's good. So tell me if it's good. Thanks for coming to my presentation. Bed talks? No. My presentation. I'll see you sometime. Have fun at the Rumble, everyone.